Welcome. Today's class we're going to focus on fluid, flowing movements as well as added positions which we'll hold for a few breaths. So this feeling of movement and rest really works well when we're preparing for birth, because that's a lot of what labour is, active with rest times. But it's also a lovely way to open up the body and just melt into the positions once we hold them for a little longer. So I really hope you enjoyed today's class. Grab a mat, pop on some music, and we'll begin. So let's start today in our easy seated pose. If you're comfortable closing your eyes, please close your eyes. And if not, just take a soft downward gaze. Let's just take a moment to arrive on our mats. Forget about the day we may have had, or forget about the day we're about to launch ourselves into. Just this moment is for you and your baby, and all those other things can just wait for now. So as you have your eyes closed, just come back to your breath. Start to notice your natural inhale and your natural exhale. And as you do this, see if you can just melt those shoulders away from the ears. Allow all the muscles in your face to soften and completely relax. Allow the jaw to relax, perhaps give it a little wiggle and a yawn. And just let all tension that we may be holding in our body or from our day just melt away. Coming back to your breath. We're going to inhale through the nose and direct that breath all the way down to your baby and your belly. So you might find it helpful to have your hands on your babies. Taking a deep breath in through the nose, feeling the belly expand, and then when you're ready and in your own time, exhaling through the mouth. Nice and slow and steady. Taking a few more breaths so that we can really slow our breath down and come into our parasympathetic system. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Just taking a few more breaths, really focused on your breath. Feeling the sensation of the air coming in through the nose, feeling it fill up deep down within the belly, so we're avoiding that tight chest breathing. And then when you're ready to exhale, exhaling through slightly parted lips, keeping the jaw nice and relaxed, the shoulders nice and relaxed, and seeing if you can extend that exhale just a little. And then placing a hand on your heart, hands on your babies. Continue with this breathing where we keep it nice and steady and relaxed and slow. And take a moment for you and your babies, just seeing whatever arises for you. And that might be a feeling, it might be a thought or a memory from the day that you wanted to share with them. Whatever it is, a little private moment for you and your baby. And then when you're ready, bringing the palms together, giving them a nice roll, warming up the palms, placing them over your eyes, and gently flicking them open to re-enter the room. You can give yourself a little massage across the forehead and the temples and the jaw, having those eyes open with a nice soft gaze so we're not overly focused on anything, and then just coming down through the shoulders. Let's just start by taking those shoulders back, doing 3 big rolls all the way back, opening up into the chest. I'm going to inhale, arms up, and then exhaling, cactus the arms. Let your head gaze go up and down as well. Inhaling up so that we can get a nice stretch to the back of the neck. Exhaling, cactus the arms. Really spread the fingers. Feel all the energy and the muscles working in those hands. Really spread the fingers. Doing one, inhaling up And then we're going to exhale. We're just going to hold it in this open position. So feeling that opening across our heart and our chest, perhaps feeling the shoulder blades coming closer together. Make sure we're not overarching in our lower back. And then just bring the hands all the way down. Just nodding the head forward, chin towards chest without touching. Rolling our head to the right. Nice and gently and slowly. So just doing what feels good. You know, if something doesn't feel good, just don't do it. Coming to the left. And coming back to center. We're going to raise one arm and come all the way over to the left. Then exhale, melt a little more to that side. Might feel nice to have the head looking down towards the hand. We're going to cartwheel those arms over into the opposite side. And again, just reaching through the fingers. Spreading the hands nice and wide, both hands, both active. And then cartwheeling that hand over again. Let's inhale, arms up. We're going to exhale, open up to the side. Inhale up. Open up to the opposite side. Inhaling up. One more. And then as we exhale, we're going to hold it here for 3 breaths. So reaching through the crown of the head, deep inhales. And as we exhale, just gently melting those shoulders a little more. Now, as we're in this twist, we're keeping babies and belly soft and facing forwards. Again, just finding a really comfortable spot for that neck. Inhaling, arms up. And then exhaling around to this side and holding it for 3 breaths. As we go tall through the crown. And as we exhale, just let those shoulders open and melt a little more. Baby soft and facing forward. Inhaling, arms up. We're going to exhale, press palms together. And take a bow and walk the hands out into our forward fold. So wherever, you know, babies are allowing you to go today is exactly where you should be going. And just let the head fall. You can curve the back, it's totally fine. Just melt into this position. Again, just letting the body go, letting it fall into a sense of relaxation and just melting into your position. Walking those hands in towards the feet. We're going to roll those shoulders back. Really feel that circling movement of the shoulders opening up around the side. Lovely. Take the legs out. So we're going to take the right foot out, left foot in. We're going to point those toes towards us. So let's inhale, arms up. We're going to exhale and open. Inhale up and exhale, open to this side. Inhale up. Exhale, open to the other side. Lovely. I'm going to repeat that again. Inhaling up. Exhale, open. Inhale up. Exhale, open. And again, just seeing if we can sit tall through our crown. I'm going to repeat that one more time. Really thinking about that breath, inhaling through the nose, all the way down into the belly. And then as we come into this one, we're going to hold this opening. So feeling our body just melting into it. Feeling an opening in the chest. Let your head go wherever it feels most comfortable. Inhaling up. Let's exhale to one side, holding for 3 breaths. It's kind of like we feel this movement, which is a really nice, lovely flowing. And then when we find that position to stop and melt into, it's a little bit heavenly. Inhaling up, exhale to the other side. And we're just going to hold it for 3 breaths. while we're here, see if you can allow those shoulders to melt again. If you want it more active, keep the toes pointing in towards your face. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale, pressing palms to heart center. Let's just open up the opposite leg, and we're going to come into that on the other side. So you can sit on something underneath you if you feel like your back is curving. Just pop something underneath your bottom, and it will help you kind of sit up straight so that you can feel a bit more effortless when we're doing it. So inhaling up, exhaling open. Inhale up, exhale open. Inhaling up and exhale open. So we're going to do that again another 2 times. And when we come into these gentle twists when we're pregnant, we really just want to keep the baby and the belly soft and pointing forward. So it's always a sort of opening in the upper part of our body. Opening. One more flow. Really spreading those fingers. Just going to move that out of the way. And then let's open up and enjoy this feeling. 3 breaths. Again, find a comfortable position for your neck. You don't have to be creaking to look up here because that feels pretty uncomfortable. Just finding a position which feels like a nice stretch and a nice opening. Inhaling up. Reaching tall through the crown. Again, not creaking and straining the neck over the shoulder, but just finding that position which feels lovely. Inhaling up and over to the other side. Let everything go with a little sigh. Always feels good. Inhaling up. Bringing palms to center, really pushing through the palms so we feel that opening in the chest again. Lovely. Just taking the legs out long. A little wiggle. Maybe sit up tall for a moment. Take the shoulders all the way up to the ears, and then we're just going to relax. Nice. So let's come into our all fours. Going to move that to the side. So coming into our all fours, we've got our hands nice and spread wide. Let's just start with a few circles. So we're just going to take 3 to one side. So we're imagining that we're drawing a circle with the tip of our nose. And as these circles get bigger, you might imagine they're being drawn by your belly button, taking up the whole mat. So just doing 3 to one side and then 3 to the other and repeating that. Just getting a bit of fluidity through the body. Just allowing that lower back and the spine to feel really lovely. So just ending up on the opposite side or direction, I should say, that we started. So I'm going to do one more round to the left. And then coming to center. Right, we're going to spread those hands. Inhale, open the shoulders, keep your lower back neutral. So cat-cow changes a bit for pregnancy. Opening up in the shoulders. Exhale, curve from the tailbone. And then come into our neutral spine. We're going to come into scooping cats, coming down onto the forearms. Inhaling through the hands. Exhale, tuck the toes, come all the way back. Inhaling through and exhaling back. So as we come through the hands, pin those elbows towards your ribs. And on this last one, we're going to come into child's pose, making the knees nice and wide, walking the hands out away from our body, and just melt into this position. Just taking a moment. Really let your body just melt into that mat underneath you. Perhaps just letting everything go with a big sigh. And then just coming back into all fours. Finding our all fours position. Yeah. We're going to come into a downward facing dog. So if it's not for you today, then don't do it. Totally fine. I'm going to inhale, open the shoulders. Exhale, curve round, tuck the toes, push through the hands. And we're going to keep our knees bent. Just feeling that lovely stretch. Let the head hang. Coming all the way down. We're going to inhale, open the shoulders, keep our back nice and neutral. Exhale, curve round, tuck the toes, and then perhaps start to walk your dog. And coming all the way down. One more time, inhale, open the shoulders. Exhale from the tailbone, curve round, push up through the hands. And then if it's comfortable to gently bring those heels down, then do. But if not, it's better to keep the knees bent and have a nice straight spine than feel your weight all the way into your hands here. So just pushing through. Taking one more moment here. Coming back onto all fours. We're going to come down onto our forearms. Inhale through the hands. Exhale back. Come into your child's pose. So spread the knees out wide. Melt into your mats. If your head doesn't feel comfortable touching the mat here, you can always stack your fists. Or you could use a support. You could use a bolster, or you could use a birth ball. And just, again, just let your body melt. So wherever we are, coming back to all fours, and we're going to come into our standing. So tucking the toes, walking our hands back towards our feet. We're just going to allow that gravity the weight to come into our heels, pushing through our forward fold. Take a moment here. Just let everything relax, and then we're going to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Coming all the way to standing. Roll the shoulders back. Place a hand on the heart, hand on our babies. Take a deep breath in. And exhale with a big sigh. Lovely. So let's come into feet hip distance apart. You can place your hands onto your hips if you like. We're just going to come into a few little circles here. So keep a nice little micro bend through the knees. So circles to the right, circles to the left. And just keep that going for a little, just moving from one side to the other. So you can start to imagine how these movements will be really helpful during labour. We could be doing this with our partner as a support. We could be using a wall as a support. And all these circling, spiralling movements. Very nice. And then we're just going to let the body shake a little. We're going to come to the top of the mats. We're going to come through a warrior sequence where, again, we're going to do a few repetitions and then hold and open the body up. So feet hip distance apart. We're going to inhale, arms up. Exhale, come to heart center. We're just going to step the foot back into a warrior one here. So reaching through those fingers. Keep it quite short. We don't need to go too wide when we're pregnant. And then let's open up into our warrior two. So our heel just lifts up and our foot's parallel to the back of the mat. Stretching through, reaching through fingertips to fingertips. We're going to come into our reverse warrior. And then exhale, just start to flow through our flowing warrior. Just coming from one reverse warrior into a nice flow coming forward. Lovely. Again, just allowing your body to sort of melt through or float through, almost like we're floating through water. And we're just going to hold in our reverse warrior just for a moment. Inhaling here. So this movement is a side stretch. We're not coming into our back. So really reach up. Don't feel like you're sinking into your hip here. We're going to come through our warrior two. Again, just holding it for a few breaths. See if you can keep those breaths lovely and steady and slow. And then coming into a modified triangle, reaching up through the fingers, just holding for a moment. And again, just floating up. Lovely. Let's inhale, arms up. We're going to come into our crescent lunge here. So bent knee to start with. We're going to inhale, straighten that front foot. Exhale, cactus the arms, open up shoulders. Bend the front knee. Inhaling up. Exhale down. One more, and then we're just going to hold it there for a moment. So feel the shoulders opening. There's no curving in that lower back. Really protecting it. Really nice. Keep those breaths nice and long. Inhaling up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're just going to take a step to the front of the mat. It's really lovely. Hand on heart, hand on babies. Deep breath in. And exhale with a sigh. Really, really nice. Let's come to the other side. We're just going to come straight into the other side. Again, feet hip distance apart. Toes nice and spread. Shoulders nice and back. Make sure that we're protecting our lower back, especially when we're pregnant. We can feel like, you know, everything's shooting forward. So just protect that. Tailbone pointing down so we're not over tucking and we're not having our bottom sticking out here. Shoulders back. Inhaling, arms up. We're going to exhale, take the foot back, come into our warrior one. And exhale, open up into our warrior two. So that foot is parallel to the back. And knee. And knees over our ankle, reaching through fingertips to fingertips. Coming back into that reverse warrior, and then just gently coming into our flowing warrior. So as we go through this movement, you might just want to take your mind back to your breath. Really enjoy this flowing movement without overthinking things, without, you know, worrying about what it looks like. Just feel into it. Allow your instinct to take over. Okay, one more, then we're just going to come into our reverse warrior for a moment. Again, finding a position for that neck which feels comfy. And we're just going to float over into our modified triangle. Reaching through those fingertips. And we're not sinking into this front foot like this. We're really holding that integrity and strength through our legs. Floating back into our warrior two. Let's inhale, come up. So we're going to lift, come into our crescent lunge. We're lifting that back heel up. And we inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, cactus the arms, open the shoulders. Make sure we're not overarching in that lower back. Inhaling up. Exhale down. And then we're just going to hold it here. Feeling a nice stretch through that hip flexor. Again, if something doesn't feel good, please don't do it. Just come out of it. Inhaling up. Hands to heart, taking a step forward. Hands on heart, hands on baby. Take a deep breath in. And exhale with a big sigh. Lovely. Let's roll those shoulders back. Okay, we're just going to come through one more position. So taking the legs further apart. We're going to do a few sort of half squats here. So let's inhale, arms up. We're going to exhale, cactus the arms. Coming into our goddess. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale, cactus. Inhaling up. Exhale, cactus, and then we're just going to hold it here just for a moment. If it's not comfortable, don't hold it, just come out of it. Bringing hands to heart, we're going to come to a forward fold. It can be a wide forward fold, and then just let it be fluid. So let it float again. You can move the weight from one foot to the other, perhaps let that head hang. Just gently moving into a bit of a dance, I guess, just allowing your body to feel its way through this movement and what it feels good. Let's heel toe those feet closer together. Keep them wide enough for babies, and then pushing through the feet, we're going to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. All the way up into standing, allowing the shoulders to come back. Hands on heart, hands on babies. Take a deep breath. And exhale with a sigh. Let's come to the back of our mat, and we're just going to come back onto all fours. So let's come through a forward fold, coming all the way down, and we're just going to walk those hands out. So we do this because it's the safest way to sort of get up and down when you're pregnant. So coming back into all fours, we're going to just walk our hands back and sit back onto our feet. So I'm going to come here. Roll the shoulders back. We're going to inhale, raise up through those thighs, pushing through. Exhale, come round to one side. Inhale out. Exhale. Inhale out. Doing one more flowing movement. Working those thighs again. Inhaling up. We're going to exhale and just hold and melt into this position. So again, just roll that back, shoulder back. Keep babies and belly soft and pointing forwards. And just feel this melting within the shoulders and opening in the back and opening in the heart. And just let the body rest. Let it rest and relax into this position. And then inhaling up. Let's exhale, come around to the other side. And again, just roll that shoulder back to get a bit of opening. Let your head just gently be wherever it feels comfortable, melting into this position. Just making sure that those breaths are coming back to being nice and long and slow. Inhaling through the nose into the belly, exhaling through the mouth. Inhaling up, hands together and bring them back into heart center, coming down to sit back onto our heels. Placing the hands on our knees, let's roll those shoulders back. So let's come back into our easy seated pose. So if you use something to sit on at the beginning of class, you're more than welcome to do that again. So one foot in front of the other. And I'm going to invite you to close your eyes again. And if you're not comfortable with that, just take that soft downward gaze. Totally fine. So placing a hand on your heart, hands on your baby. Let's just take a deep breath in through the nose, directing it all the way down into the belly again. And as you exhale, exhale through slightly parted lips, allowing that breath to be silky and fine. And imagine it getting longer and longer, allowing that breath to get further away from you. So with every inhale and with every exhale, just imagining this. We inhale deep down towards the belly. And then as you exhale, keeping your jaw relaxed and the lips relaxed, you allow that breath to be really fine. Imagine it getting further and further away from you. Allow your mind to become really quiet. Noticing any sounds but not holding on to them. Just allowing anything that may be in your home right now to wash over you. See if you can just tune into that which is listening, to that which is your breath. And see if you can find that blissful moment where it's just you, your baby, on the mat in this present moment. Taking a moment for your baby again, checking in. And just noticing all the great things that your body is doing at the moment for you and your baby. Really appreciating all that your body does. And then again, just bringing the hands together, warming them up. Placing them over the eyes if they're shut still. And just gently flicking them open, re-entering the room. I hope you enjoyed this short practice and it has helped you to feel a little more open and a little more floaty through the body. I hope to see you again soon, and thank you for sharing your practice.